Richard Goodall, known as the singing janitor from America's Got Talent, has found himself at the center of a whirlwind of events. Once a simple janitor, his life has transformed into a mix of fame and personal struggles. While basking in the glow of applause and recognition, Richard faces the heartache of losing his first wife and endures harsh criticism about his relationship with his fiancée, Angie. The question looms, will he rise above these challenges, or will the weight of his troubles pull him under? As his story unfolds, it promises to captivate audiences further. The media often unearths hidden talents and changes lives in an instant. This was the case for Richard, a janitor from Sullivan Elementary School in Indiana, whose life story resembles a movie script. Known locally as the singing janitor, Richard spent his evenings in a quiet, dimly lit school, mopping floors and singing. Most people saw him only as a dependable worker, unaware of his remarkable voice that filled the empty halls. Everything changed when a local news crew, setting up for an interview, accidentally recorded Richard singing, unintentionally propelling him into the limelight. For Richard, singing was not just a pastime but a way to bring joy to his workdays. His students were among the first to notice his talent, encouraging him to perform for larger audiences. Their support gave him the courage to audition for America's Got Talent, a decision that marked a pivotal moment in his life. Before his performance, Richard opened up about his personal journey. He shared stories of his fiancée, Angie, who had stood by him through thick and thin, despite criticism about their age difference. He also revealed the emotional scars from losing his first wife to cancer in 2019, a loss that deeply impacted him and often found expression in his social media posts. One can't help but wonder if these hardships were necessary stepping stones for the world to discover his hidden talent. America's Got Talent is known for providing a platform for ordinary people to achieve extraordinary dreams. Created by Simon Cowell and premiering on NBC in 2006, the show quickly became a global phenomenon. With acts ranging from singing and dancing to magic and comedy, it has become a summer staple for millions. Contestants compete for the ultimate prize, a headlining show in Las Vegas and a substantial cash award. The format, featuring online auditions, guest judges, and the coveted golden buzzer that sends performers directly to the live shows, keeps audiences engaged every season. Contestants have only 90 seconds to impress the judges, with the possibility of their performance ending abruptly if things go awry. For Richard, stepping onto the AGT stage was a defining moment. Once a janitor working in the shadows of a quiet school, he now stood under dazzling spotlights, ready to showcase his voice to the world. Wearing simple clothes that reflected his humble beginnings, he introduced himself to host Terry Crews, who related to Richard's story, having once cleaned floors during his early days in Los Angeles. Their exchange underscored the power of perseverance and dreaming big, no matter one's starting point. When the time came to perform, Richard initially seemed nervous, pausing to gather himself. But as he began singing Don't Stop Believin', the energy in the room shifted. His powerful voice, hidden for over 20 years, amazed the audience and judges. The song choice resonated with his journey, symbolizing the challenges he had overcome and his unwavering determination. With the crowd cheering and the judges visibly impressed, the suspense built until the pivotal moment arrived. Richard received the golden buzzer, securing his place in the live shows and bypassing the earlier competition rounds. For Richard, this triumph was about more than advancing in the competition, it was validation of his persistence and talent. His story struck a chord across the nation, reminding people that it's never too late to pursue dreams, regardless of where you start. His performance inspired countless viewers who felt unseen or trapped in their own lives, proving that passion and hard work are what truly matter. Following his golden buzzer moment, messages poured in from people inspired by his journey. His story of resilience and determination resonated far beyond the stage, touching hearts and reminding everyone that even the most unlikely dreams are worth chasing. People shared how his story motivated them to keep going despite the difficulties they faced. His story was not just about a man with a hidden talent, it was about believing in yourself, even when no one else notices. Though he wore a janitor's uniform for years, his voice was never silenced. His talent has now reached far beyond the walls of Sullivan Elementary School, proving that incredible things often come from unexpected places. The journey wasn't without its emotional weight. After his audition, overwhelmed with joy, he called his fiancée, Angie, to share the life-changing news. It was a moment of pure happiness. How many people, especially in their 50s, have the courage to stand on a national stage, knowing they could be rejected? His bravery stood out, and with every note he sang, his memories came rushing back. In his next performance, Richard chose a song by Michael Bolton, one of his favorite R&B artists. This wasn't just about impressing the judges. His performance was deeply personal and emotional, pulling the audience into his world. His song choice wasn't random, it carried a meaning that touched everyone who listened. There was more to his tears than stage fright. Just before his time on the show, his ex-wife had passed away. As he sang, memories of her filled his mind. She had always been his biggest supporter, encouraging him to follow his musical dreams, even when he spent his days working as a janitor. Their relationship had been a partnership built on love, dreams, and unwavering support. Even during moments when he doubted himself, she had been there, reminding him of his talent. With every song, he honored the people who believed in him, especially his late wife. His journey on America's Got Talent was more than a shot at fame, it was a tribute to those who had been part of his life and dreams. And it reminded everyone watching that no matter where life takes you, it's never too late to follow your heart and make something extraordinary happen. After his singing performance, he shared that he dedicated his song to Angie, his fiancée. He chose a Michael Bolton song on purpose, because it was Angie's favorite. The song's lyrics meant a lot to him, and as he sang, he wasn't just trying to impress the judges or entertain the audience. He was singing directly to Angie, celebrating their love, and at the same time honoring the memory of his late wife. The emotions that came through were deep, but not just from sadness, they came from love and the need to remember someone special. As he sang, it felt to him like his late wife was with him, silently supporting him from somewhere close. Everyone in the room could feel the depth of what he was sharing. This wasn't just a performance, it was something meaningful, and that made it unforgettable. The room fell silent, his story just beginning. His voice, which was naturally strong, had a special softness to it during the song, which touched everyone who listened. The audience could feel his emotions in every note and word. When the performance ended and he was asked about the tears in his eyes, he opened up. He explained how much the song meant to him, how deeply he loved both his late wife and Angie, and how music helped him express all those feelings. The judges were moved by his honesty. They didn't just see him as a talented contestant, they saw him as someone who had lived through both love and loss and was now using those experiences to create something beautiful. His performance wasn't just about showing his voice, it was about telling a story of love, loss, and finding hope again. Losing someone you love is one of the hardest things a person can go through, especially when that person has been part of your life for so long. He spent 30 years with his wife, building a life together filled with love and precious memories. They celebrated every holiday with joy, and their photos captured the deep connection they shared. But in 2019, his wife lost her battle with cancer. Her death left a hole in his life that felt impossible to fill. Every room in their house held reminders of the life they had built together. Even though he was grateful for all the years they shared, the emptiness she left behind was something he struggled with every day. Moving on felt like climbing a mountain without knowing if he'd ever reach the top. But this wasn't the end of his story. Over time, he found love again, this time with Angie. It wasn't an easy journey for him, falling in love again after losing his wife made him feel guilty at times. He worried that moving forward meant leaving his wife's memory behind. But Angie's patience and kindness helped him realize that finding new love didn't mean forgetting the past. On August 25th, he posted a photo on Instagram of him and Angie at a local restaurant called Taco Tequilas. He captioned it, "Fun night with my Lane," showing that he was beginning to feel happy again. Still, even with Angie by his side, he often found comfort in music. He would sing along to his stereo at home, daydreaming about being part of a band, something he had dreamed of for years but never thought could happen. Then, life surprised him in a way he never expected. A video of him singing, "Journey," at a local school went viral on TikTok, and suddenly, people everywhere started noticing his talent. The joy he felt from that moment reignited his passion. Invitations to perform started pouring in, and by July, his band was booked every weekend. His dream was finally coming true, and he couldn't have been happier. Excitedly, he shared the news on social media, saying, "And just like that, we're booked every weekend in July. Thanks to the band for their hard work. See you folks Saturday night at Archie's Sports Bar at 7:30. Don't miss a note." For him, the opportunity to perform every weekend felt like a precious gift, something he had always hoped for but never believed could happen at this stage in his life. However, things weren't as easy as they seemed. His passion for performing came with unforeseen challenges. His job as a janitor provided only a modest income, and the expenses of traveling to gigs and staying competitive quickly became overwhelming. It was difficult to focus on his performances when financial worries loomed. Just as everything seemed on the brink of collapse, an extraordinary act of kindness changed everything. A local man named Chris Burson noticed his struggle and decided to help by launching a GoFundMe campaign to cover his travel and performance costs. The community's response was astounding. By June 9, the campaign had raised $15,000 from 382 contributors. This overwhelming support not only gave him the financial freedom to pursue his dream but also showed him the immense belief people had in him and his music. His songs began to inspire new dreams for himself and others. Each time Richard performed, he wasn't just singing, he was sharing pieces of his life with the world. His voice carried the emotions of his past, the sorrow of losing his wife, the joy of rediscovering love, and the exhilaration of chasing a dream he thought was lost forever. Music had become more than a passion for Richard, it was a means of healing and connection. Angie, his new partner, emerged as his biggest cheerleader, offering unwavering support during every performance. Their relationship wasn't about replacing what Richard had lost, but about building something entirely new together. They were crafting a shared future, full of dreams and hope for happiness. As Richard's band continued to gain momentum, his story extended beyond Teote, touching lives far and wide. A viral video of his performance was only the beginning. Each show, every interview, and every social media post became a platform for Richard to connect with people. His story resonated deeply with anyone who had experienced loss or dared to dream despite the odds. While fame found its way into Richard's life, it was never his objective. His greatest joy came from sharing his music, touching hearts, and being able to sing freely. Through it all, Richard learned that life's unexpected turns often lead to healing and hope, carried by the power of love and music, a reward more meaningful than fame. Simon Cowell's comment that Grace VanderWaal could be the next Taylor Swift gave her an incredible confidence boost. During her time on America's Got Talent, Grace captivated everyone with her distinctive voice and heartfelt songs. On August 23, during the quarterfinals, she performed "Beautiful Thing," a song she had written for her sister. The performance was deeply emotional and resonated with the audience. It's rare to see a 12-year-old with such remarkable stage presence, let alone one who could play the ukulele so effortlessly. Just a week later, on August 30, she sang another original song, "Light the Sky," in the semi-finals, leaving the audience in awe. On September 13, she delivered a powerful performance of "Clay," a song about resilience and self-belief in the face of bullying. Grace's songs weren't just showcases of her talent, they carried important messages about kindness and self-acceptance. The competition itself wasn't Grace's biggest challenge, it was deciding how to use her $1 million prize meaningfully. Grace wanted to ensure the money would make a positive impact. She chose to donate part of it to charity, reflecting her thoughtfulness even at such a young age. At the same time, she allowed herself to enjoy some of the reward by commissioning the team from Treehouse Masters to build 2 custom treehouses, one for herself and one for her sister. These treehouses were more than playful retreats, they symbolized a new chapter in her life where her dreams were becoming reality. With the competition behind her, Grace was ready to take the next steps in her journey and share her voice with the world. After her America's Got Talent win, Grace's popularity skyrocketed. In September 2016, she appeared on The Ellen DeGeneres Show and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, charming audiences with her humility and immense talent. In October, she performed 4 sold-out shows at the PH Showroom in Las Vegas alongside other finalists from the competition, fulfilling her childhood dream of performing on a grand stage. These live performances demonstrated that Grace could captivate an audience just as effectively in person as she had on television. Grace's journey wasn't just about winning the competition but also about how she navigated life afterward. In December, she led the America's Got Talent Holiday Spectacular, where she performed a touching rendition of Frosty the Snowman. Her performance spread holiday cheer and further highlighted her ability to connect with audiences through her music, whether performing classic songs or her own originals. Winning a contest and releasing an EP didn't mean Grace could relax. She faced new challenges, including balancing fame with her personal life while continuing to grow as an artist. Her success stemmed not only from her raw talent but also from her remarkable ability to connect with people through her music. Every song she wrote carried a deeply personal story or message that resonated with her listeners. Whether she sang about bullying, family, or chasing dreams, her words always felt genuine and heartfelt. Grace's journey from a shy girl with a ukulele to a national sensation wasn't merely a stroke of luck. It was a blend of hard work, creativity, and passion. Her story demonstrates that even at a young age, it is possible to make a significant impact by staying true to one's heart. Every time she stepped on stage, she revealed something special to the world, earning admiration not only for her music but also for her authenticity throughout the process. This was not the end of her journey. Grace understood there was still so much more to learn and achieve. As she continued to grow as a musician, fans eagerly anticipated where her path would lead. With her passion for songwriting and her love for performing, there was no doubt that her future held immense promise. Her story serves as a reminder that dreams can come true with self-belief and dedication to what you love. Grace's rise to fame was about more than just performing, it was about making a difference. Every song, interview, and performance carried messages of hope, kindness, and self-confidence. Her journey proves that even the smallest voices can have a profound impact when they speak from the heart. Fans are confident that whatever Grace does next, it will be as meaningful and inspiring as everything she has already accomplished. Her future is brimming with possibilities, and the world is excited to see what she will achieve next. What do you think sets Grace apart from other musicians in her journey? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more engaging discussions.